What's good, y'all? It's Sean Peter Bluff got. Hey! Sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulties in the beginning with the music, so y'all I couldn't really give y'all that, little technical difficulties. I think it's something to do with my interface. So I have my phone up. so yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have technical difficulties with the audio when it comes to the video. So I'm gonna have to just kind of keep track of my audio levels and everything. But we are back at it again with another reaction stream, and today we will be reacting to a relatively small YouTuber, right? A new YouTuber, at least for me, that I heard, that goes by the name Den Den Kushi. Den Den Kushi. This was pretty much sent to me in the Discord by some of the Discord members. That if you guys want to send me videos, the Discord is the place to be. But yeah, so the title of this video is Why Blackbeard Was on Roger's Ship and God Valley. Alright, so this video has something to do with Blackbeard, connection with God Valley, possibly being on Blackbeard's ship. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna get into it. But before we get into it, first let me say, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell for notifications so you guys know when I go live. And check the chat. My uncle in the chat with the thumbs up or a wave. Shout out to my uncle, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate anytime he comes in. Show your boys some love. But yeah, also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you're looking for a One Piece community to be a part of, we have the One Piece Discord and we have the One Piece Facebook group. Yeah, the Discord is going to be the best place to send me content. I usually take priority in my when people send me content in the Discord. I usually take priority over that, right? Unless it's a content creator that I built a connection with, and they send me something through Twitter or whatever. That's fine as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's fine for anybody to send me stuff on my other social medias. It's just I'm probably going to take my Discord stuff sent to me in the Discord as priority, right? So yeah, there's that. Also, the Discord is great because I do a lot. I try to run little like small contests on the channel here and there, right? So if in order to participate, you most likely you're going to have to be part of the Discord depending on the contest, right? So yeah, anyway. Also, the link to the video that we will be reacting to is going to be in the description box. So you guys make sure you guys go support this channel. It's a small channel. So yeah, go show him some love, especially if you like the video that we're about to react to. Go show him some love. Help his channel grow. Yeah, tell him the Bluff guy sent you. So bam. Tell him the Bluff guy sent you. Sorry about that. Drinking that water. Go down the wrong path, the wrong pipe, you know. So all right, this video is about Blackbeard potentially being the catalyst, or being, I don't want to say responsible, because I don't really know what the connection is to Blackbeard and God Valley according to this theory. So he has something to do with being like and he's in the center supposedly. You know, I'm assuming according to this theory, he's going to be in the center of everything, right? That happened in God Valley. And, you know, it also said he was on Roger's ship, right? Now, the only thing I could think of as far as Blackbeard being on Roger's ship is possibly being what was in that egg, right? So maybe if Blackbeard was the one in the egg, maybe maybe Goldie Roger got the egg from God Valley, you know. And I'm just kind of trying to, you know, speculate what this theory could be myself, right? Like what this theory could be about myself. So maybe Goldie Roger got that egg from God Valley, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe Goldie Roger took the egg, you know, because we seen Goldie Roger travel all across the world with that egg. We don't really know what was in the egg though, you know. And if it was indeed the egg, that would also mean that the egg hatched before I guess. Remember we see Blackbeard pretty much pleading with Whitebeard to gain access on his ship. So the egg would have had to hatch before that time. And I also think that was also around the time that Blackbeard and Whitebeard, I think that was the same island. That was when Blackbeard and Whitebeard met up, and Odin ended up going to Blackbeard or Roger's crew. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, like, he left Whitebeard's crew to go to Roger's crew. I want to say that was around the same time, or at least when Blackbeard asked Whitebeard to be on the ship, that was at least before Whitebeard and Roger met. So it was either at that time or it was either before, I think. So I would assume that egg had to hatch. If, let's say, that was Blackbeard's egg, right? Let's say that egg was Blackbeard. The egg had to hatch before you know, Blackbeard asked to join Whitebeard, right? And at that time, Teach was a little older, right? Like he was like probably in his early teens, I would think. You know, in his young teens, he was probably a young teen. We got Angel in the building. He says hello. Hey, shout out to Angel. He said, "Did you hear about Blackbeard's ship being named the Zebek Saber? It's the Saber of Zebek." And yes, I heard about that. Was that not common knowledge? You just figured that out. You just learned that. I thought that was common knowledge. I thought, like, most people knew that Blackbeard's ship was named the Saber of Zebek. That's why a lot of people speculate. That's one of the reasons why I speculate that Zebek could be part of Blackbeard. You know what I mean? I think there's some clue, or there's some type of connection with Blackbeard and Zebek, because I mean, why would Blackbeard name his ship after Zebek, right? You know what I'm saying? I personally think Zebek lives within Blackbeard, but you know, there could be a different connection as well. I 100%, I would say I would 90% believe, that there is a connection between Blackbeard and Zebek. Like, be it Zebek lives within Blackbeard, Zebek is Blackbeard's father. I don't know. You know, I'm just throwing stuff out there. I'm just saying there has to be some level of connection. You know what I mean? At the very minimal level, I would say maybe Blackbeard was inspired by Zebek. You know, like maybe he studied Zebek. Maybe he knew a lot about Zebek. You know, I think they could be related. But then again, I think Zebek could be part of Blackbeard. So, you know. Angel said it was the island before. Learn from the road to Laugh Tale. Okay. I'm assuming you meant it was the island before they met with Roger. like Whitebeard met with Roger. That was the island where Blackbeard came along with Whitebeard. Cause I mean, the only reason why I know that is because it's like it was part of Odin's flashback. So Odin was present when Blackbeard asked to be part of the ship. Now, the last time, like Odin pretty much left Whitebeard when him and Roger met up, and Roger asked Whitebeard like, "Hey, can Zebek or not Zebek? Can Odin roll with me?" Right? So, yeah, I know Blackbeard showed up around one of those times. I can't really remember, but that's just. But the question is, cause I don't remember. So y'all can remind me in the chat, whatever. When Odin went on Roger's ship, after leaving Whitebeard's ship, was that egg still present? Because if that egg was still present and Blackbeard was on Whitebeard's ship at that time, and the egg was present on Roger's ship, then yeah, that kind of contradicts the whole theory. But honestly, I don't really remember if the egg was there at the time of Odin being on the ship. I might, I could probably look it up. Honestly, I'm about to look it up. Cause maybe if I see like a panel with Odin being on Roger's ship, if I see a panel, then I could at least debunk that theory, right? I could at least debunk that theory of Blackbeard being part of the egg. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he. Yeah, okay, so that's not the case, all right? That's not the case. I'm looking at a panel right now where we pretty much got Odin on the ship. He's kind of facing towards the Roger pirates, right? And they're like looking at him towards kind of like if there was a camera, like Odin's back is towards the camera, and the Roger pirates are towards looking towards the camera, and then you see the egg in the background. So yeah, I guess that kind of debunks that theory. I guess Blackbeard is not the egg, so we could kind of kill that theory. Right? We could kind of kill that theory right there, and yeah. Anyway, I don't really have much. I don't really know where this theory is going. I don't know how Blackbeard could have been part of Roger's ship at that. If he wasn't in the egg, I don't see any other way Blackbeard could have been part of the ship. God Valley incident. Let's see, right? Let's see what he's talking about. Let's get into it though. Let's get into it. Oh, thought I had my All right. Now, hopefully the audio works. Hopefully my technical problems.
We know experiments on slaves is an important part of the One Piece story. Fisher Tiger has a whole story about the fact he's the only person to have scaled the entirety of the Red Line, which he did so in order to free slaves being experimented on at Marajua. We've seen Kaido and King escaping from a facility in which they were being experimented on as well. But what are these experiments? Well, throughout the story we've seen the idea of children being taken by the world government on multiple occasions.
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't really paying attention, so I'm gonna rewind it. I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure the audio was working because I had some technical issues, like when I started the stream. So, I wanted to test that out. So we're gonna rewind it a little bit, and now we're gonna get back. We're gonna get into it. See what he's talking about. Let's go.
We
Giant
know it.
science. Okay. So I wonder. It's wild. We talking about because I guess I'm assuming he's about to talk about giants because it says something about giant science, right? It's odd that he's talking about giant science when yesterday we were just talking about Uranus possibly having something to do with giants, right? But let's continue.
Experiments on slaves is an important part of the One Piece story. Fisher Tiger has a whole story about the fact he's the only person to have scaled the entirety of the Red Line, which he did so in order to free slaves being experimented on at Marjwa. We've seen Kaido and King escaping from a facility in which they were being experimented on as well. But what are these experiments? Well, throughout the story we've seen the idea of children.
What y'all think that facility is? Like the one that Kaido and King were locked in. I personally think that it was. I think they were at Punk Hazard. Personally, you know. I think it was Punk Hazard. Like Punk Hazard before the world, you know, before Akainu and well, of course, because that was during the time skip, that Akainu and Aokiji fight. So this was like way before. This is like Kaido's backstory, right? This was when King was young. So this, I would think it was Punk Hazard when it was still under full control of the world government, right? Before Caesar came, before Akainu and Aokiji fought on it, and then Caesar took over. That's what I think, you know. Kind of look like Punk Hazard. Let's continue.
Being taken by the world government on multiple occasions. This has been shown to have links to gigantification, another reoccurring concept in One Piece. Throughout the story we've seen many characters discuss gigantification and some of its issues, namely difficulties with lifespan. Not only do we have references to gigantification experiments, but we literally have giants in the story. I believe it's possible the celestial dragons wanted to commit such experiments to create giants.
Yeah, the numbers were pretty much confirmed to be science experiments, right? I think I forgot who actually confirmed it though, but somebody said like, yeah, those are science experiments, and it makes sense. Maybe they were like the world government's attempt at trying to recreate like ores or something. Because I think ores and ores Junior, you know, because they were considered continent pullers, right? They were considered continent pullers. So I think they was trying to pretty much create like ores. Because when you look at the numbers, they do kind of look like they could be part of Oars race, but like Oars and Oars Junior, but maybe a little goofier. Like they look a lot goofier than like Oars or something. You know, Oars I would say it was a lot more intimidating. These they look a little more goofier, right? Angel said, "I thought it was Punk Hazard." Yeah, I think it was. I think it was most likely Punk Hazard as well. You know, like back in the day, Punk Hazard when it was being used, you know, all the time before I guess the world government abandoned it or the Marines abandoned it. You know. Let's continue.
Who then could perhaps shape the planet to their desire, or potentially even separate themselves from the people of the world, effectively annexing the world off to everyone but themselves. It's possible the reason why the Opi no Mi is so sought after by the world government is that the perennial youth surgery is required in order to allow giants to live longer. I theorize God Valley was where these secret experiments took place. The name God Valley could be a play on the fact the celestial dragons think they're gods, when in fact they're playing God. By making giants. The valley part is likely a reference to the fact it was done in secret, probably in a valley as...
Okay, so, alright, so God Valley, right? We know that there were slaves there. There were, celestial dragons there. You know, we know Garp, Roger, protected the celestial dragons and their slaves, right? And we know Zebek was there for something. We don't know what, right? We don't know what. So taking that in consideration about there being slaves there, that would mean that okay, maybe they were experimenting on these slaves, or because a lot of people think that God Valley could have been more of like a vacation resort, right? Like, at least that's what I kind of think, that if God Valley could have been like a vacation resort for like celestial dragons, you know what I'm saying? But it could have also been maybe an experimental center, you know what I'm saying? But my question would be like, why would celestial dragons be there? I don't think celestial dragons would necessarily be experimenting on slaves themselves. I don't think they have that much. Like, celestial dragons seem like they like rolling, they like living, like they like living life. They like enjoying life and having people. They don't seem like the type to be actually doing work and experimenting on slaves. Like, they have people for that. So if, let's say, God Valley was somewhere where they experimented on slaves for gigantification per se, why would the celestial dragons be there? You know, I don't think they would per se care to be there to see slaves get experimented on, right? Unless it's like certain, maybe there are some celestial dragons that are into stuff like that, though. You know what I mean? That, so that could still be possible. I'm not knocking the idea of, I'm not knocking the possibility of God Valley being somewhere where celestial dragons go to experiment. Because, you know, if you ever watch a movie called Hostel, right? Hostel. It's a movie about like rich people, pretty much. I think they're rich. Like, it's like this hotel that captures the people, the visitors, right? And then like there's, I want to say, rich people that pretty much torture. You know, they pretty much torture the people that the visitors that they capture, and I think they pay good money for it, right? I think they pay good money for it. So in that case, is it like maybe somewhere where like a resort where like the celestial dragons could freely torture slaves as they please? Even though I feel as though celestial dragons could do that anywhere, you know, I don't think they need to go to a specific location. But if they did, like maybe like God Valley has like all these toys, like all these torturing devices that you could just have all the fun you want, right? For like the celestial dragons, you know, coming from their view of it. I mean, yeah, maybe that could be the case, you know? So, I don't know, but that really wouldn't be much experiment. That'd just be like torturing, you know? Angel said before Caesar made it inhabitable with his gas, I think it was inhabitable when Aokiji and Akainu fought Punk Hazard. I think that's when it became inhabitable. But hold on. Because I think the world government abandoned those facilities before Akainu and Aokiji fought there. Matter of fact, that was why Aokiji and Akainu fought there. But I don't think the gas was there at the time, because then how could Akainu and Aokiji fight there if that gas was there? So, yeah, I don't know what made it originally inhabitable, but was it the gas? I don't remember. Let's continue. Angel said, nah, Aokiji and Akainu just made it more inhabitable. I have to look back at it. Let's continue.
Suggested by the image of the island we've already seen. So I believe children were brought here for giant experimentation. I believe one of the children that was taken to this island was Blackbeard. He was 2 at the time of the God Valley incident. And I also believe Blackbeard was Zebek's son, or at the very least they had an intrinsic connection. This would be an inversion of Roger calling his son Ace, after his sword. Instead it's Blackbeard calling his ship Zebek's saber, another name for a sword. I think Zebek went to God Valley because children had been discovered to have been taken there to be experimented on, and one of these children was Blackbeard. Some other children that I believe were present are Shanks, Buggy, and Who's Who. There may be more CP agents and other characters that were taken from God Valley, but that's for another video.
I don't... Shanks, Buggy, and Blackbeard at God Valley. I don't know, cause like when we see the Roger pirates meet up with Whitebeard pirates, which yeah, now that I remember, since Blackbeard was already with the Whitebeard pirates when they met up with Roger's crew. So yeah, it was like way before they met up with Roger's crew. Cause now that I remember, there was that conversation with Buggy and Shanks, and they was talking about Blackbeard, and Buggy seemed to know a little more about Blackbeard than, let's say, Shanks did. Like Shanks was kind of like, I'm not familiar with this guy. So if they were all at God Valley, I would think that they would have possibly seen him at least once. Like they would have came across like Shanks would have seen Blackbeard at least once. But it's possible maybe he didn't. You know, maybe he did. If let's say they were all at God's Valley, maybe he didn't. You know, maybe they were on like separate parts of the island, so they never really came across each other. Or like they was in cages, so it was like if Shanks is in the cage over here and Blackbeard's in the cage over here, they'll probably never see each other, right? So yeah, I guess it's still possible they could have both been at God's Valley. And if that was the case, it was like Rox was going there to go free his son, and Roger was there pretty much stopping Zebek from doing that, from freeing all these people. It's still kind of weird that Roger would be protecting the Celestials and the slaves and all that. It's still pretty weird. Angel said, I don't know how they were able to breathe with gas, but that's how Caesar took over the island. Okay. I'll look it up. Yeah, there was something that made the world government and the Marines pretty much have to abandon Punk Hazard. So it would make sense if it was that gas or something. So yeah, I forgot why personally. But yeah, but as far as Zebek, right? Zebek going to possibly free his son at God Valley. I mean, that would make sense, right? And I have said that Zebek has a connection with Blackbeard. They could be related. Zebek could be part of Blackbeard. I don't know. Let's continue.
When Zebek reached God Valley, I think he unleashed his wrath indiscriminately, causing both slaves and celestial dragons on the island to take the full force of his power. When Roger and the Marines see the destruction Zebek is causing, they intervene to prevent any more damage, Roger defending the children and Garp defending the Marines. At the potential of losing the battle, and also his successor, I think Zebek used his awakened Yami Yami no Mi to begin to take the entire island, as well as everyone on it. At this point, Roger evacuated all the children and survivors off the island, leaving Garp to...
That would actually explain what happened to God Valley, right? Like, we don't know what it just disappeared off the face of the map, right? I believe like the only real explanation we got is that possibly a devil fruit did something to the island. You know what I'm saying? The only devil fruits I could really think of possibly moving the island, right? The only devil fruits I could think of that could possibly do something that could affect the island are Pika's devil fruit. It could have like made, could have moved the island underwater or something. I don't know. Shiki's devil fruit, because Shiki was, I would think Shiki was there as well. So maybe Shiki could have, touched the island. The island went in the sky, and now the island's gone or something. I don't know. Kuma's devil fruit. Like maybe if somebody had Kuma's devil fruit and they could like, it was powerful enough to be able to touch a whole island and move it. I wouldn't put it past that ability, bro. Like Kuma's devil fruit is super broken. You know what I'm saying? He can move people like nothing. So who's to say anything that he touches, even if it's the size of an island, who's to say like an island couldn't be moved by Kuma, right? So could have been Kuma's devil fruit. And the last one is probably Whitebeard as well. Whitebeard as well. He could have like quaked it and destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have quaked it and destroyed the island. It could have crumbled in this ocean. And then you got the Yami Yami no Mi, right? The Yami Yami no Mi could have he could have absorbed the whole island. And maybe Zebek had that devil fruit as well. And that's why Blackbeard Blackbeard wanted the Yami Yami no Mi because either his dad Zebek had it or Zebek lives within Blackbeard, and he was like, hey, I want you to get this devil fruit because believe me, it's going to work for our plan. And then Blackbeard, that was Blackbeard's goal, right? Adam says, I get the shame today. I didn't think I'd make it for this one. I mean, I don't, again, I already explained this. The only reason why I shame Cube is because he was on Discord as I was live. He was trying to do a voice chat while I was live. Angel says, a 2-year-old Blackbeard and a 1-year-old Shanks and Buggy being there would be funny. I mean, hey, maybe they was experimenting with babies as well. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't think Zebek died there, right? Like, cause I'm thinking, right? Like, let's say Zebek died at God Valley. Maybe there was some type of thing that happened to move his soul within Blackbeard's soul. Like what if they were at God Valley? I don't know if when Zebek died, right? I don't think it was ever said when Zebek died. If he died at God Valley, but let's say he did, and let's say Big Mom somehow put Zebek's soul within a baby Blackbeard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I don't. Would she have put the soul in baby Blackbeard and then left baby Blackbeard to fend for himself or something? I don't know. Let's continue though. Let's continue.
Contains Zebek. This includes Blackbeard. This would mean that Blackbeard being possessed by Zebek, capturing Ace, and handing him to the Marines, would be a parallel to Roger taking Blackbeard from God Valley. Almost revenge in a sense. This is further backed up by Blackbeard having one of his subordinates at the Coliseum competing for Ace's devil fruit. Garp succeeds, earning him the title Hero of the Marines, and causing Zebek's fruit to be respawned elsewhere. However, in Zebek's defeat he took the island with him using his awakened devil fruit ability, removing it from maps thereafter. Also, he may even have removed God Valley from existing maps somehow. Despite this power, Garp wouldn't be particularly susceptible to Zebek's fruit abilities, I don't think. Garp is a hockey master, and hockey is something we see often overcome fruit abilities. After Roger escapes with the children,
And I actually kind of like that idea though of Zebek like dying and then taking the whole island with him. You know, like my question, like I'm kind of just trying to make the whole Zebek possessing Blackbeard, like Zebek's soul being living within Blackbeard. I'm trying to make that make sense with this specific theory. Maybe Zebek used his devil fruit to put like a piece of his soul within Blackbeard, or maybe he asked Big Mom to do it. I don't know. Like maybe the Yami Yami no Mi could I don't know how that would happen. Like maybe he could I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe he could take the darkness. He could absorb some of his soul within the darkness, and then put that darkness within Blackbeard. I don't know. I know I'm reaching right now. Like to me, the most logical thing that makes sense is it would have to incorporate Big Mom, right? It would have to incorporate Big Mom moving Zebek's soul to Blackbeard's soul or something like that. To me, that would probably be the easiest way to explain it. But I'm thinking maybe Yami Yami could have some potential ability in doing something similar, in some roundabout way. I don't know. Angel said, I don't know if you saw what I sent to the Discord, but if the one of Designs oldest talking about is Blackbeard. Well, I mean, I'm in the middle of a stream, so I'm not just checking the Discord, bro. Roxwell could his design still threaten the world? Yeah, I mean, that only further says what I said. Like his will is passed on to Blackbeard. I don't think it like says anything that I haven't been talking about. Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I think it definitely. Again, bro, like I think all the pieces are there. I think all the pieces are already there. To connect Blackbeard and Zebek. And that panel you showed me, man, that further strengthens my idea that Blackbeard there's a Blackbeard and Zebek connection, right? Now, could Blackbeard just be following Zebek's will? Yes, that's just like you could say Luffy follows Roger's will. So yes, that could be the case as well. But the fact that Blackbeard's body is a lot different, right? Like we just know that Blackbeard has a different body. It's been like emphasized so many times, right? Like from Jaya, when we get Zoro, Nami, and Luffy pretty much saying like, hey, it's they. It's they. It's not just one guy, it's they, right? From Shanks, or from Buggy telling Shanks like, hey, that I heard that guy's body is weird, or no, he said he doesn't sleep. I heard that kid doesn't sleep or whatever. Why wouldn't someone sleep? You know what I mean? Maybe you have multiple personalities or multiple souls always awake in your body, right? And then I think even among the Whitebeard pirates, somebody was saying like they even said Blackbeard's body is different or it's weird or something. Why would it be weird? Like, why would Blackbeard's body be different or weird? You know what I'm saying? Maybe, not just that, not just people saying it's weird. His body could literally consume multiple devil fruits. You know what I'm saying? I speculate that he could consume at least 3 devil fruits. I don't know. So far, we only see 2. Now, either that's because he hasn't got his 3rd one yet, or it's because he hasn't he already has the 3rd one. He just hasn't showed his hands yet. Like maybe the 3rd one only gives him the ability to eat 2 more. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe could it be the Hippo Devil Fruit? It could be the Cerberus Devil Fruit. It could be the Kraken Devil Fruit. I mean, there's multiple theories on it. Or maybe he has maybe he has 3 personalities living within one body, and each personality grants him the ability, or souls. Let's say souls. Like maybe Blackbeard's just 3 people combined, right? Like maybe he has 3 hearts, 3 stomachs, 3 of everything, right? So he can eat 3 devil fruits, and you know what I'm saying? Like maybe Blackbeard is 3 people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Blackbeard is 3 people. We got Poggy Biscuit in the building. He says, keep watching. Yeah, we about to get into it. But yeah, maybe Blackbeard's 3 people. So, you know, I would think one of those people would potentially be Zebek, though. You know what I mean? I would think one of those people would be Zebek. All right, let's get back into it.
Children, he would have eventually dropped them off somewhere safe. However, we don't see where exactly. After the God Valley incident, the next time we see Blackbeard is when he meets Whitebeard on an unknown island. This is intentional in my opinion, as to not reveal to the reader the location of where many of the characters I said earlier grew up. An interesting fact about Blackbeard's fruit is that it's purple. Luffy's fruit is also purple. So,
bruh, and that's what I be saying, man. Like you see them, they look. Why does Luffy and Blackbeard, the two? I say the 2 Pirate King candidates, the 2 prime Pirate King candidates, the 2 rivals. You know, the story rivals. Like the story has been building these 2 characters up for an eventual clash at the end of the series. Why does their devil fruits like look so similar? You know what I'm saying? Why they look so similar? You know, you got they're both purple. I mean, one got a stem, one got the little flower coming out. Blackbeard's, his leaves are a little like sharper, like his devil fruit's a little more leafy, where Luffy's devil fruit is a little more rounded and smooth all the way around. Hey, I'm telling you, Blackbeard could have like a Hito no Mi moon god, where Luffy is the sun god, Blackbeard is the moon god or something. You know what I mean? And when you kind of look at like the moon, you kind of associate it with nighttime, which nighttime's also associated with darkness. You know what I mean? So you could say the moon's kind of associated with darkness and sun is associated with light. You know what I mean? So, hey, I'm just saying it's there. It's there. Blackbeard gonna pull the whole moon god, his whole moon god transformation out, and then we gonna get sun god versus moon god. But it's gonna be scary for Blackbeard because he also has the addition of the Gora Gora no Mi, and he could potentially get a 3rd devil fruit. Just saying, that's a little scary right there. That's a little scary for Blackbeard. Let's continue.
So the dark fruit and the sun fruit seem connected. Another example of this connection is shown by Goda through similarities between the characters, for example with their eating habits and their competitive natures. However, with slight differences, to show they are not the same. This is evidence that the Yami fruit may have a similar will, in the sense that Gorsei explained some fruits have a will of their own. This would explain how Blackbeard could have been influenced to kill his own crewmate. I believe that while on Roger's ship, Blackbeard may have been exposed to information regarding the will and mechanics of fruits, particularly the Yami fruit. From this information, I think Blackbeard realized he could connect with Zebek through the fruit's will. Blackbeard may have been aware that Zebek had awakened the fruit. This would encourage him even more to take it, with the thought that he wouldn't have to work hard or have the fruit long before awakening it. Not only that, but Blackbeard specifically says getting the Yami is his fate. So Blackbeard learning that Zebek had the Yami, combined with the power of the will of the fruit, drawing him in, could be why Blackbeard killed his crewmate. After Blackbeard took the fruit, he became possessed by Zebek. This is foreshadowed by Blackbeard's...
Oh man, so I kind of want to talk about something, right? Like I like, you know, I kind of like the idea of like Zebek wanting the Yami, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it helps him connect with Zebek a little more through the devil fruit, right? Because Zebek's will probably lives within that devil fruit if, let's say, he had it. And so Blackbeard, like maybe Zebek has been within him and he's just been trying to like really connect, or like I don't know, you know, maybe he was able to awaken Zebek's spirit within him, or even just gain Zebek's spirit. Like maybe Blackbeard has the ability where like he's originally doesn't have multiple souls, but if he's a devil fruit, he could gain his will or something. I don't know. But yeah, like maybe Zebek definitely, maybe the devil fruit did help with that connection with him and Zebek. I don't know, but I don't think that was necessary personally. I don't think that was necessary. But what I do kind of want to talk about is what, you know, I'll save that. I'll save that for after stream, or I'll save that for after we do the video.
Birthday being August the 3rd, which we know comes from the name of his fruit. Yeah, me. 8-3. August the 3rd. Not only that, but Blackbeard's representative flower as described in SBS 95 is a red spider lily, a flower commonly referred to as the resurrection lily. This is interesting in itself as lilies are known as the flower of death. One off-topic fact that I found in...
Bruh, off topic, go, let me go back real quick. Man, are these them same flowers that be on the at the end of like every like majority of these animes? Like I want to say like Inuyasha. I think Inuyasha had a flower like that at the end of it or whatever. Like man, you know, like they always have these flowers at the end, and it's always the same freaking flower at the end of these animes. I want to say, I feel like Demon Slayer has like Demon Slayer ending is like that too. I could be wrong, but I feel as though it's Demon Slayer's ending has those flowers. So y'all let me know in the chat, man. Am I bugging, or are these flowers at the end of like a lot of these animes that we be seeing? And is it at the end of Demon Slayer anime? Like let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this later. I feel as though I've seen these flowers plenty of times before. Could be wrong though. I could be tripping. Let's continue.
This is interesting in itself as lilies are known as the flower of death. One off-topic fact that I found interesting is that these flowers can be found on Ryukyu Island, which makes me think of Green Bull. However, I imagine this is just coincidence due to the nature of Green Bull's powers relating to flowers. Blackbeard's possession is why he's said to not be just one person. Additionally, it is why he doesn't sleep often. As we've seen with Cavendish, whose sleep seems to affect Hakuba's control over him. It's also why Blackbeard mocks the new pirate era. If Zebek is in fact possessing Blackbeard, then in recent chapters this would mean that Zebek is the only pirate to have been an emperor in all three eras. Also, Blackbeard gaining another will, when he eats the yami, may mean that he has capacity for another fruit. Which is why it was possible for Blackbeard to take the rumble fruit. The fruit that gave Whitebeard the title of the most powerful man in the world. This suggests that not only is Zebek back, but is now more powerful than ever. How could someone of this strength be prevented from succeeding in their evil intentions? Well, if Blackbeard is possessed, maybe his redemption will come in the form of suppressing the possession. Giving the Straw Hats the chance to succeed in claiming the One Piece, and ultimately defeating Zebek in that sense. So in summary...
Andrew says, same. Them flowers for the sad anime ending song. Bro, I swear I see them flowers like all the time. Like I've seen them, and I feel as though Inuyasha, like I can't remember none of the anime I've seen them in, but I know I've seen them. Like I can't like remember off the top of my head, but I know I've seen them. Let's continue. Let's finish this up.
I think Blackbeard was stolen as a baby and taken to God Valley along with other young children. Zebek followed after him, devastating God Valley and its inhabitants on his arrival. After some issues in battle, such as Whitebeard perhaps changing alliances, and Kaido requiring a devil fruit to survive, Zebek realized he would not prevail. At the point he decides to wipe out the entire island. Roger evacuated everyone except the Marines who were protected by Garb. The battle ends with Zebek's defeat and the displacement of children, such as Blackbeard. Blackbeard seeks out the Yami in hopes of connecting with Zebek. After consuming the fruit, Blackbeard is then totally, or partially, possessed by the will of Zebek. Blackbeard goes on to become a Yonko and will eventually confront the Straw Hats. I believe it'll be up to Teach to free himself of Zebek's control, which will ultimately allow Luffy to move forward and achieve his goal. So, there you have it. A brief speedrun of what I think is going on with Blackbeard's connection to his potential father, Zebek. Make sure to let me know your ideas on the comments below, and remember, press the subscribe button if you wear socks.
Yeah, I don't have any socks on right now, so I can't. No, I'm playing. Nah, but hey, I'm gonna make sure you guys go like the video, go subscribe if you rock with him. I'm a subscribe. Maybe he got some more gems in the future. Uh, yeah. Anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right. So I guess his idea of the possession is maybe Zebek possessed him through the devil fruit, right? Um, I can see that being a reasonable theory, right? I think that's logical. Um, it doesn't really explain how his body is different because his body's been different since he's been a kid, right? So, like we seen, but before he even had the Yami Yami no Mi, his body has always been he's always been different, right? He doesn't sleep, so I would think the possession. Me personally, I would think the possession would happen before he got the devil fruit because he's always been different, right? It's not like he was. It's not like he was just normal. He ate the Yami Yami no Mi, and then he was all of a sudden different, and he all of a sudden wasn't sleeping, and people was kind of talking about him like he was weird. Nah, this happened weird. So his body was different way before the devil fruit. So I don't know if it was the devil fruit that awoke. It could have awoken his Zebek's will within the Blackbeard, or maybe he's always had Zebek with him, right? I think that could be the case as well. But I also had another idea, a alternate theory, right? An alternate theory of Blackbeard. Now y'all gonna have to this is a bit of a reach. I can understand. Y'all might be like, bro, you crazy. But here's an alternate theory. What if Blackbeard was a devil fruit? You know what I'm saying? Like we've heard theories about Mihawk being a sword. We've heard theories of people being devil fruits. What if Blackbeard was a devil fruit that gained some sentience or something? You know what I'm saying? And became a person. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's why Blackbeard's devil fruit is weird. That I think I had more to kind of feed that theory, but I think because I kind of came in the middle. I kind of came up with that theory in the middle of the thing. But what if Blackbeard was what if Blackbeard was a devil fruit? We got Den Den Kushi. He says Blackbeard was described as always being happy before. If I remember rightly. Hope you liked the video. Big love for sharing. Been watching a lot of your streams recently, particularly as some are earlier now. I appreciate that. I wanted to tag you on Twitter because I shared it on Twitter. I usually tag people, but I wasn't sure what your account was. I looked up, I searched Den Den Kushi, and I seen a YouTube channel, but I think everything was in like Japanese, so I wasn't sure if that was you or not. I'm like, I wasn't sure, because I couldn't tell what kind of content was on the page. So I didn't want to tag the wrong account. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hey, I appreciate you for stopping through. Hey, man, it was a very interesting theory, right? Because you kind of fed my idea of Blackbeard having Zebek within him, but I think you went about it a little differently. You're going more the devil fruit route. I think Zebek. I personally believe that Blackbeard has multiple souls living with him. And I think it's 3. Like I think he has 3 because when you look at all his like Blackbeard's theme, they always follow the theme of 3, right? You got the skulls. He has 3 skulls on the Jolly Roger. But the 3 skulls could always mean like you got 1 Blackbeard, but you got like 2 souls or something. It could mean that as well, right? He got 3 pistols he usually carry. his animal that he's based on is a hippopotamus. Hippos have 3 stomachs. So, yeah. I didn't know. Angel said, yeah, Blackbeard always shown to be happy even in the Ace novel. And then, yeah, true. But he can flip though. Sometimes he could get that very sadistic personality. We have a fun-loving Blackbeard, then we have the sadistic Blackbeard. I think the sadistic Blackbeard is Zebek. You know what I mean? I think that's Den Den says, I don't have socials, unfortunately, brother. I'm a Den Den hermit. Hey, bro, there's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to give you, some credit. That's why I like tagging people. So I'm gonna react to you, or they know I'm gonna react to them, and also people know who I'm reacting to. Den Den says, your idea about Celestials not being at experiments is really interesting, and the hostile analogy. Yeah, like I don't think Celestials care to get their hands dirty and that type of stuff, especially like as far as like experimenting, right? Like they're not doctors, so I don't think they care to experiment. I think they would have like people experimenting for them. But on the other side of that though, if God Valley was like a playground for torture, I could see them being there for that reason, right? To torture their slaves in all these creative ways, right? But as far as the experimenting, like maybe there was still experiments going, like happening in the island, so it still doesn't take away that idea. I just don't think the Celestials themselves would have been experimenting. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was kind of implied that God Valley was kind of like a retreat, like a vacation, or maybe that's just a theory I heard. Maybe somebody else speculated being a retreat. You know what I'm saying? So, but even if it was a retreat, maybe some celestial dragons have very sadistic minds, and a vacation to them would be torturing slaves and torturing things, and you know what I'm saying? And it could have also been a spot where like there were experiments going on as well. You know what I mean? So that's very likely that God Valley was being used for experimenting with giantification. You know what I mean? Giantification. I think I'm saying that right. My mouth is dry. What was I gonna say? But yeah, it's wild, right? It's wild you say that about, you bring up giantification when yesterday we was talking about Uranus, and there's a speculation that Uranus could be it could be like a serum to create giants, right? Because we know that the world government been trying to create giants, Big Mom trying to create giants, to add to her diverse kingdom, or diverse kingdom of different types of beings. Angel says, in a few occasions he show his true color, but the crew takes what he's saying as a joke. I don't know if I caught that. You talking Blackbeard? Blackbeard shows his true colors, and then he says, in the road to Laughtale, it makes seem as though the group of celestial dragons and their slaves just happened to be there. Yeah, like it was a vacation resort. Yeah, I don't know. We're still waiting on more information about God Valley. We only kind of know a little bit here and there, but there's some interesting things that there's some interesting theories we could come up with from God Valley, because it's an interesting event that happened in the world, right? Like you look at it, we have so many big names that was in one place fighting, right? We had Goldie Roger teaming up pretty much with Monkey D. Garp. You know what I'm saying? To take on the Rocks Pirates, which consisted of Zebek, we know of. We know of Kaido. We know of Whitebeard. We know of Big Mom. We know of Captain John Silvers, Shiki. I'm probably forgetting people, but it was some heavy hitters that became heavy hitters of today's time. That was on this one island fighting, and we know that Roger and Gart was able to hold all these guys off. I don't know how Gart and Roger hold off Zebek, hold off Big Mom, hold off Whitebeard. I mean, this is a young Kaido, so he probably wasn't that strong at that time. So, you know what I mean? You know, Kaido probably wasn't that much of a threat in this fight. You know what I'm saying? And then we had a Shiki. You know, Shiki was probably pretty big at that time as well. You know, I think Shiki might be older than Big Mom and Kaido, right? Like, I think Shiki might be, he might have been a little ahead of Big Mom at the least. Angel says, yeah, in the Ace novel, Blackbeard tells Thatch to kill Ace for his devil fruit, but then Ace and that they just took as a joke. Oh, you talking about the Whitebeard pirates? I thought you meant the Blackbeard pirates. And then Angel says Rock's going to be like Madara if we ever get to see that war. If he does come back, oh yeah, I have a theory for you guys that I wanted to So yeah, I guess because I was talking about how Blackbeard could potentially be a devil fruit, right? Maybe he is a devil fruit, and then he's able to get 2 other devil fruits, right? So it's like 3 devil fruits. That's the Trinity, a 3 devil fruit Trinity. But my thoughts is we talk about how Zebek could be living within Blackbeard's body. Like maybe Blackbeard has Zebek's will or his soul living with him. And that leads me to believe it leads me to another theory, right? Gecko Moria, right? Gecko, we know that Blackbeard has Gecko Moria. You know, we also look at Gecko Moria's ability. And I'm thinking like what could Blackbeard's intention with Gecko Moria be? Now, I think the easiest one, which I think could still be true, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's the only one, but I think it's the easiest theory and speculation of what Blackbeard could use Gecko Moria for, is for an army, for manpower, right? For manpower. Gecko Moria could probably build a bunch of zombies for Blackbeard, and then Blackbeard has a little army, a bigger army, right? That's one thing, which could still be true, but I think there is a primary reason for why, for what Blackbeard wants to use Gecko Moria for, and that's possibly to extract Zebek from his body, like through the shadow. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Big Mom could probably do this as well, but I think Gecko Moria could also do this. He extract Zebek's shadow from Blackbeard. Now, the question would be, if he does this, wouldn't Blackbeard die? No, he wouldn't die, because Blackbeard, if he has multiple souls within him, he would probably have multiple shadows as well. He would still have his shadow, because Gecko Moria will only be extracting Zebek's shadow from Blackbeard. He wouldn't be extracting Blackbeard's shadow, so Blackbeard should still be safe, right? And then maybe maybe Blackbeard found Zebek's corpse. And if he couldn't find Zebek's corpse, maybe and I guess this is what Angel's Room was just talking about, where he says Rock's going to be like Madara if we ever get to see the war. And this is why you kind of reminded me to say this with this comment. So Zebek, so let's say Blackbeard found Zebek's corpse, or even Gecko Moria, or maybe they found maybe when Blackbeard was talking about this prize that the world government doesn't want or whatever, maybe this is what Blackbeard meant, right? Maybe this is what Blackbeard meant. Maybe the prize he was talking about wasn't a poneglyph. Maybe it wasn't a devil fruit. Maybe it wasn't the world treasure of Mary Joa or anything. Maybe it wasn't any that most people speculated. Maybe the prize that Blackbeard said the world government didn't want or whatever was Zebek's shadow or Zebek's corpse. Zebek's corpse. Blackbeard gets a hold of Zebek's corpse. Gecko Moria, who works with corpse, extracts Zebek's shadow from Blackbeard, still leaving Blackbeard's like out of danger from dying from the sun or anything, because Blackbeard will still have his shadow. And then he puts that shadow into Zebek's corpse. We have a living Zebek again, kind of like Madara from the Great Ninja War when he was resurrected. And then Zebek and Blackbeard work as a team. And maybe Zebek... Okay, listen to this. We know that the Blackbeard pirates have 10 Titanic captains. Now, the 10th one, there's still a 10th one that's missing. Maybe Zebek is that 10th Titanic captain. Or, you know, this one might be more of a stretch. What if Blackbeard is the 10th captain? What if Blackbeard is not even the captain of the crew? What if Zebek is the captain? What if Zebek is the real captain of the Blackbeard pirates? I know Blackbeard got the Blackbeard pirates in his name, but that's just to throw everybody off, right? That's to throw us off. You know, if we would have called it the Zebek pirates, it would have been Oda giving it away, right? It would have been Oda giving us the juice before he even squeezed it, right? Before he even squeezed the fruit. How does that even happen? You know what I'm saying? So Blackbeard pretty much brings Zebek back in. Zebek takes his leadership, you know, he takes his role, especially if and it would make sense if Zebek is Blackbeard's father, right? Like maybe Blackbeard bringing his father back in order to continue his goals, right? So Blackbeard may not even necessarily be the all-being mastermind that we think he is. You know what I'm saying? And he could probably also transfer the devil fruit as well. You know what I'm saying? He could also maybe Zebek keeps the devil fruit. Blackbeard extracts the Yami Yami no Mi and gives it to Zebek's corpse. And now, man, I got like hiccups, I think. Or I'm burping, or nah, I think it's a burp. But yeah. Angel says, all I know is that Zebek's short. Not short, but probably around Blackbeard and Shank's height. Probably. You know, I don't think we really seen. Well, yeah, we seen him compared to I think like Kaido. Like I think we seen something where he's walking in front of his crew and he's like the smallest one in the crew. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, bro, like the mystery of Blackbeard, bro. Like that's, I think Blackbeard is probably one of the most intriguing characters in this series. He's one of the most fun characters to talk about because it's just so much to, it's so much to talk about, right? Like Blackbeard, or I mean, somebody like Dragon is also intriguing as well, but he's more like mysterious, intriguing. Like we don't really know anything about Blackbeard or Dragon, right? Same for Eam. You know, like they're intriguing because of their mystery, because of the lack of what we know. Blackbeard is intriguing because of what we know about Blackbeard, like what we do know. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of Blackbeard in the story. You know, like Blackbeard is not like some super mysterious. He is mysterious, but he's not like super mysterious. It's not like we don't know what his design looked like. We don't know his devil fruit abilities. We don't know what he's capable of, or we've never seen him fight. No, we've seen him fight, you know, a little bit. We've seen his devil fruit abilities. We know what devil fruits he has. We know his crew. We know a lot about Blackbeard. You know what I'm saying? But yet there's still so much mystery to him. You know what I'm saying? There's still so much mystery when it comes to his devil fruit, when it comes to his body, when it comes to his connection, his potential connection with Zebek, right? When it comes to his goals, like what is Blackbeard's real goal, his ultimate goal? You know what I'm saying? Man, it's so much. It's so much mystery behind Blackbeard, despite all of the stuff we know about him. It's like the more we know about Blackbeard, the more mysterious he is. That's the type of character Blackbeard is, right? Like, but yeah, y'all. That's pretty much the stream. That's pretty much the video. Hey, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell for notifications. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, if you're looking for a One Piece community to be a part of, we have the Discord, and we also have the Facebook group. The Discord is the best place for you guys to send me content to react to. It doesn't have to just be videos, but videos are probably, you know, they're the easiest. You know, if you're gonna send me something, make sure like I can actually do a stream for it. If it's just like a panel, like you want me to do a whole stream to react to a panel, probably won't do it. I probably won't react to it. I'm sorry. It has to have enough substance for me to react to. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a theory, right? A decent length theory, send it to me. You know what I'm saying? Angel said great stream. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. It was a great stream. This video, I was a little scared of doing this video because I was like, bro, this is an 8-minute video. I don't know if I'm be able to talk, you know, do a decent length stream from an 8-minute video. But it sparked a lot of interesting topics. So, you know, there's that. Anyway, y'all though, y'all have a good evening. I won't be streaming tomorrow. We will be back Thursday. I might switch it up for Friday. I don't know. I might just wait to Saturday or Sunday to switch to try something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, do something different, like a tier stream or something. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when I'm gonna start that. I kind of want to start this week. I might start next week though. You know, maybe this Sunday we'll start doing other types of streams, right? Maybe next week we'll start doing other. I'm still deciding what I want to what manga I want to read for you guys, like, because I want to incorporate doing other types of manga as well. So yeah. Anyway, y'all, it's your boy Sean P, the Bluff God. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will see you Thursday. Y'all have a good evening. I'm out of here. Peace.